Zach Dawson. I'm a designer, graphic designer, product designer from Gold Coast, based in Gold Coast. I got a brand called Senshible. I've been working on it this past year especially. I started when I was like 15 selling digital stickers on Redbubble, and now I'm like manufacturing card holders, wallets. It's sick. Where I'm at in my career right now, I can go any direction, which is so exciting. It's so cool because there's so many skills that I want to learn and build upon, and just see where it ends up. Like, I'd love to go deeper into like my brand and building products and, you know, having like pop-up shops or whatever, but then doing like proper branding for businesses and like building them up from the foundation would be just so sick. At the end of the day, it's still art. Like, there's no perfection to it, and so like, yes, I can have it perfectly centered, but sometimes it's okay to be a little bit off and like lose like that sense of control, and sometimes it adds to the piece. It really depends, but I'm definitely like, it's still very ingrained to make it like absolutely perfect. Like, I'll sit on different concepts or designs that I've got and just tweak them for days. Definitely when I was like all in the YouTube tutorials and following influencers and stuff, like that set me up for like a good foundation. Jessie Nyberg's really good, and Melina Kay, she's inspired me heaps. And then more recently though, I've been taking a step back and letting like music inspire me, or like just the surroundings, or stuff that I can't directly take inspiration with the hierarchy or whatever. Just seeing what works for me and what doesn't work. For the wallets, the first mock-up was like just Photoshop, just chucking shapes around, just seeing what works, what doesn't. And then the concept for like the dove specifically, I sketched that out. It really depends on what element I want to enhance or bring into it. The graphics will often stay as like digital. I recently made some business cards that were like the first graphics that I like properly printed out, which was really cool. But that has so many like learning curves to it too. Like, the sizing is completely different when it's all blown up to really small. Like, I had a few printing errors because it was just so condensed, you know. The wallets were a mix of both for sure, because then you also get samples midway through, so it's physical, and then you got to edit it back when it's digital and fix it all up. Yeah, being able to communicate your vision and then finding people that understand it is a huge part of it for sure. My brand is so like intentional and like crafted around this idea of like chasing more, like whether that's in the environment, in yourself, in other people. Like, there's more that people settle and then they don't reach what they actually dream about. And so like, finding people with that same mentality, but then also having the same like tastes, and it's tough, but like, I'd love to bring people on. That would be my dream, like building it and making it an actual like established brand is the dream for sure. I'm Christian, so I'll be at church after the shoot. Yeah, it's definitely like a cornerstone of my work for sure. Like, I'm creating because I believe that someone's created me and made me in his image, and so I can create out of that. And that's such a blessing, you know, all the stuff that I've got my hands on, you know, he's blessed me with, and getting to outwork that is really cool. In just everyday life, in relationships, I'm often operating out of this perspective of love. You know, if my Heavenly Father loves me and he's blessed me and, you know, he's redeemed me, like, I can then operate out of that same perspective, which is really cool. You know, love God, love people. That's the motto. I want this brand to like ultimately be Christ-centered. Like, that's the goal for sure. Because like, if I build this thing up and I make money, whatever, you know, on gravestones there's birth year, death year, there's just a dash in the middle, you know. It ultimately all fades away. So if I can show people like the goodness and the blessings that God's given me, like use the gifts that he's trusted me with to kind of point people towards something that I believe in, that's ultimately the value. Like, if my brand doesn't actually positively impact people or like encourage them or just show them better, like, at the end of the day, what's the point? That's my opinion, yeah. I just turned 19, like I'm young, and so I'm able to build that kind of foundation to see what the next 5 years are gonna look like. Like, this foundation's gonna, depending on how I set it, it's gonna completely change how my next 5 years will look like. I'd love for my brand to be like a household name, in the sense that like Alfred's Apartment and those type of brands are, you know, with an actual following, a community behind it, and not just like big CEO, whatever, couldn't care less. And then with my personal work, like graphics and stuff, even just a good internship after I finished like my formal education would be really cool, with clients coming in and then having the financial freedom to go, oh, I actually don't want to do this project, like I'm not passionate about it. That's ultimately the goal, like work on projects that I'm actually passionate and inspired about. The biggest thing for me is making like an actual social media presence for myself. Like I don't have much of one, and that's definitely the biggest step I can take. Like last night, to just get a bit more camera ready, I was filming a video, just putting some work in, just like trying to get more comfortable in front of the camera. That's the biggest thing, like making content, making designs, it's so different, you know. Definitely a skill that I want to get better at. And then, you know, actually, like I've got a goal written on my whiteboard since like January, just sell 30 products, just sell 30, whatever that looks like. And now I've got my wallets in hand. Like that concept was like probably March last year. That was the first drawing of it, and now I've got them in my hand. Like I just got to advertise them and see where that goes. I want to show people that they can do it too. Like I'm just a 19-year-old kid from like Sydney, really. Like I'm no different from whoever's watching my videos. Like I want to show them the behind the scenes, like what it's taken to get to that point. I want to like show them like what they can do to achieve the same thing. Like I want to attract people that are also just as inspired with like the same vision, and like that's ultimately what my brand's about, like finding those people and like encouraging them and like showing them, hey, you can do this too. My tagline is pursuit of reverence, so like pursuing that feeling of being in awe. And so, you know, a lot of people don't realize how much potential they really have, and so I hope like putting myself out there and showing them, even if it's not something I'm particularly comfortable or like wanting to do, you know, I hope that inspires them to go, oh, you know, I can do that too.